Is this right here the future of dual cab utes in Australia? Are we going to see a wave of hybrid utes filtering through the Australia market? This vehicle right here is a brand new 2024 Toyota Hilux. Now what's so cool about it, it's actually a mild hybrid. Now we got the keys from TJM and we're here in the Glasshouse Mountains to actually put this through its paces and see what it's like. As soon as you open the bonnet of the new Hilux, you'll notice that the alternator's been replaced with this 48 volt generator motor, and it's got a DC-DC converter to run all the 12 volt accessories. Now the whole benefit of having such a system is that it actually will reduce the amount of emissions created by the vehicle and also save a lot of fuel. It's probably no great secret that the restrictions on diesel vehicles are getting harder and harder when it comes to emissions and different rules and regulations. Gone are the days where the big V8 Toyota diesels sort of ruled the roost when it comes to four-wheel drives. Now we're seeing smaller capacity motors and even mild hybrids like this. So what does mild hybrid vehicle really mean? Well, like we said before, it's not a true hybrid vehicle in the sense that the electric motor isn't running any drive to the tyres. Instead of providing direct drive, this new generator motor reduces engine load and allows for a lower idle RPM. The battery can provide a minor powertrain boost as well for better acceleration and efficiency. This is, believe it or not, my first drive of any mild hybrid vehicle. Now I've got to say, is there a difference between a regular Hilux and a mild hybrid version? Well, from initial feedback, absolutely not. This is just like a Hilux. In fact, it looks like a Hilux, it drives like a Hilux because it just basically is a Hilux. Now, there's nothing too obvious that gives it away as a mild hybrid. Now, when you're in traffic, of course, the start-stop technology is a notable feature, but when you're off-roading low range, all that is actually deactivated, so it drives like a standard Hilux. Now, the cool thing you'll notice, there are some cosmetic upgrades both outside and inside the vehicle, but generally speaking, if you've driven a Hilux before, you'll be very familiar with this vehicle. So one of the other jobs that this 48 volt motor has on the Hilux is help with the start-stop technology. So if I turn into this little side track here in two-wheel drive and stop the vehicle, i.e. you come to a set of traffic lights, there you go, the vehicle turns itself off, and it can turn off for an extended period of time until you put that foot back on the throttle. It instantly starts up and off you go. Now, of course, that's going to allow you to use less fuel, the vehicle will be more efficient, etc., etc. But typically, the vehicle will start back on the starter motor, which is gear driven, but this particular motor is belt driven, which means it's a lot smoother and can stay off for more extended periods of time, so you get better fuel economy. Of course, you can turn that function off if you like. The other thing you'll read about this particular vehicle is it has better acceleration, so a bit more response. It doesn't give you more power, but the 48 volt system helps you have a better response when you do take off. Now, can you feel it? Well, it's hard to say unless you probably test a standard Hilux back to back with this mild hybrid version, but it does drive nice, I can give you that much. Whether or not it's 10% better off, it's very hard to tell from the seat of the pants. So underneath this rear seat is actually the 48 volt battery, so it's nice and protected. It's inside the cab. I do worry though, if you did flood your vehicle, of course you've got a lot of things to worry about if you do flood your vehicle in a water crossing. How protected are those electronics? Well, I guess time will really tell. The other thing you guys are probably thinking of, how can I harness that power so I can run aftermarket accessories like a fridge, etc.? I don't know if you can right now, but surely someone's going to find some sort of hack to get into that so you can actually utilize it for your off-road accessories, and it makes for one less thing to modify on your four-wheel drive. That's enough talking about the vehicle. Let's jump behind the wheel and see how this thing goes. Let's see what this bad boy can do, hey? What we've got up ahead here is a nice steep little hill that is very loose, shaly ground. Traction's going to be quite tough, and to make matters worse, it's got some big wombat holes as well, so it's going to unload the suspension, and this is where factory fitted accessories like a diff lock is going to make it all the better to get through this sort of terrain. Cool thing about the Hilux is it does have a lot of electronic controls, but at the end of the day, it still is a Hilux. It's got a rear diff lock, it's got low range, there's nothing changed on the drivetrain side of things. Well, even though the drive's so refined on the road, they're perfect for an in-town car. Still, when you get them off the blacktop, it is quite a capable little beastie. One of the things you will notice is when you do take your foot off the accelerator pedal, the vehicle does slow down quite quickly, and that's the regenerative braking. So as you brake or decelerate, what's actually happening is it's bringing charge to that 48-volt battery. It's not something that's really obvious, but if you know what you're looking for, you can certainly feel it, and it's probably more accentuated when you're out on the highway and doing a faster speed. As you probably have noticed by now, this vehicle is not a standard Hilux. It's been fitted out with some really cool TJM kit, all the protection that we need to go and drive tracks like this. Now the first thing you'll notice is this Hilux is actually fitted with a brand new TJM Ventura bar. Now what's so cool about this is it's got a really nice approach angle, so it's perfect for off-road. You'll notice 2 rated recovery points and overall very sleek design that's going to work really well off-road. If you come around to the other side of the vehicle here, you'll notice that it's got a TJM AirTech snorkel and also a set of rock sliders. Now, if you come at the back of the vehicle here, you'll see it's got an Aero Class canopy. Now, these are all made out of aluminium and they come with struts, easily opens and closes all the way around, and it actually integrates the vehicle's central locking. So when you do park your vehicle and lock it up, you'll lock all the precious cargo in your canopy at the same time. Now, let's see how this TJM gear holds up to some rock steps, where clearance, bar work, and some wheeling ability are essential. Nice and slow. So the big question a lot of you guys will have is reliability. And of course, when you got more technology, there's more moving parts, there's more electricity in the vehicle, in the sense that it's a lot more complicated. Toyota have a lot of engineers working in their team, and it hasn't limited any of the warranties they put on the vehicle when going off-road. So for instance, the water depth height is still 700 mil. I haven't changed that, but like we always say, the more technology you do have, there's more chances are something will go wrong in remote areas when you really do punish the vehicle. You're only going to really see how it goes over the course of 50 to 100,000 kilometres when you really take it on some harsh terrains and environments, and Australia is the perfect testing ground to show any weaknesses or flaws in that system. But so far so good. Would I actually put my money down on a mild hybrid Toyota Hilux? Look, to be honest with you, I'd probably want to see a few more kilometres racked up on this new technology before I was actually going to put my money down on it. But I'll tell you what, just from today's drive, I'm a big fan. Well, there you go. There's my first drive of the brand new Hilux mild hybrid version. And I've got to say, very impressed initially. I mean, it's got the same DNA you expect in a Hilux, in that it goes everywhere. It's super smooth to drive. But the big question I asked you guys, what do you think? Would you own one of these, or are you a little bit scared of that technology? Let us know in the comments below. Very keen to hear from you guys. Anyway, that's enough from us. We'll see you next time on Full Drive 24/7.